30 seconds. The boats are set up perfectly. They are going underneath the Milton-Madison Bridge right now and heading into the upper corner with 23 seconds to go. They are at the apex of the corner. The timing looks good. J-Dub is in 1, David in 2, Kelly in 3, Perkins in 4. That's your front row. The trailers are behind them. We are now at 11 seconds, 10 seconds, 9. I'll tell you what, Steve David, if he's on time, he's out front. We'll get a start for you. 2, 1, mark! J. Michael Kelly leads them across the start-finish line. It was a clean start, I think. That is unofficial. We'll get the word as soon as we have it. J. Michael got across the line first. Steve David didn't have as much boat speed. Through the corner, in there first. J. Michael Kelly comes out first. And Steve David and J.W. Myers, 3 boats side by side, come off the corner. This is as good a boat racing as we've had. It is J. Michael Kelly on the outside in the Graham Trucking with a boat length over Steve David, who's got a boat length over J.W. Myers. Look at them tied together, 3 boats, 1, 2, 3. It is still J. Michael Kelly as they go underneath the Milton-Madison Bridge. Steve David got real good position in lane 2, and he's right on his hip. And in fact, right now, he's pulled up alongside J. Michael. And in fact, Steve David now has the lead as they get to the entrance pit of the corner. Great corner up there for Steve David. They fan out, 1, 2, 3. Steve David in lane number 2 is out front. Graham Trucking, J. Michael Kelly is in second place. He is on the outside, but buried on the inside. U37, Peters and May, J.W. Myers. It is Steve David, 1, J. Michael 2, J.W. 3. As they come across, it is Brian Perkins in 4th place as they head down to completion of lap number 1, and they are turn 1 on lap 2. Do we have a good start? Yes, the start is good. They were pretty close. It was going to be tight, but it was a good start. Now they come off the lower corner down there. Steve David is starting to exert a little bit of presence here. Remember, he can hear you in the cockpit in there. He's out by about 3/4 of a rooster tail over J. Michael Kelly, who's on his outside in lane number 3. He does not want to let him go. This is the final. There's no reason to hold back now. If you've got speed, if you've got something you can pull out of your back pocket, now is the time to play that card. Up to the upper corner to the entrance pin. Steve David hangs it on the hook first. Let's see what lane he comes around in. Staying very clean. Sliding out to about lane number 3. He is clean. There is J. Michael Kelly. He is in second place on the outside. J.W. in the 37. Starting to drop back just a little bit in the Peters and May. This is turning into a 2-boat race. And right now that 2-boat race is being led by Steve David in the Oh Boy Alberto. He's across now. J. Michael is across now. That's the difference between the 2 boats. J.W. Myers comes across right now, so it has become a 2-boat race as Brian Perkins comes across in the Albert Lee Appliance. Down in the lower corner, Steve David, I'll tell you what, he's got things under control right now. He has got J. Michael Kelly exactly where he wants him. A whale of a corner down there by J.W. in the 37. He closed up a lot of ground on J. Michael Kelly, who in turn lost a lot of ground to Steve David. Steve David, ladies and gentlemen, he is out by not 1 but 2 full rooster tails as they go up the backstretch. Coming across the U22, that is Mike Webster in the Broadway Tavern to finish his second lap. Meanwhile, we are on lap number 3. Remember, don't give it up just yet. This is a 5-lap final. Steve David, your hometown boat, is coming off the other corner. He comes underneath the Milton-Madison Street Bridge. We got a great race running for second place. I'll tell you what, J-Dub has tightened it up on J. Michael Kelly, but I know the boat you're rooting for. It's right here. Steve David, Oh Boy Alberto. He is across at the completion of lap number 3. He will start number 4. Here comes J. Michael Kelly in the Graham Trucking U7. He finishes lap number 3. J-Dub's already across too. J-Dub is inside of J. Michael. See if he can make a race out of it down there in the corner. He's closed up a lot of ground on J.W. J.W. doing a fine job. He's closed up ground on J. Michael, not closing up ground on himself. Meanwhile, 2.5, make it almost 3 rooster tails ahead. Steve David, Oh Boy Alberto, if he can hold it together, the 2010 Lucas Oil Indiana Governor's Cup will belong to him. Across the start-finish line, U96, Dave Vilwalk in the Spirit of Qatar. He is running in 5th place right now. To the upper corner, Steve David is into it already. He's to the apex of the corner. He is all by himself up in that upper corner. What Steve David will do now is he gets to the exit pin. He'll look for clean water to come down the front straightaway. Looks to be in about lane number 3 is where the clean water looks like it is here. That's right where he's got the boat. He's got a radio man about 20 feet to my left who's telling him the same thing I see. Completion of lap number 4. Steve David, Oh Boy Alberto. Madison, get on your feet. Could it be happening since 2001? Steve David, Oh Boy Alberto. He's out front on the final lap. J. Michael Kelly still holding off a very, very pesky J.W. Myers. That is a great boat race down there for second and third. J-Dub on the inside. J. Michael, and now J-Dub's right with him. J.W. Myers side by side with J. Michael Kelly, and he's got him as they get to the exit pin. Acceleration now between those two boats. However, look way up to your left. Steve David is on our final lap. We'll keep an eye on our leader. We will bring him around to the checkered flag. I have personally never been here to see the Miss Madison win a boat race. I'm expecting this place to erupt. This could be a whole lot of fun. You guys know about it better than I do. He is off the upper corner up there. Get on your feet. Put it together. He comes off the pin. Steve, David, oh boy, Alberto, Miss Madison. He's got to hold it together for another 1,000 feet. He flies the boat. Here he comes. He is your 2010 Lucas Oil Indiana Governor's Cup champion, Steve David. Look at the drag race for second place, and J. Michael Kelly is going to hold off J.W. Myers by a boat length, making about 3 boat lengths. Great race for second place. J-Dub is third. J. Michael Kelly is second. Here comes Brian Perkins in fourth place. Larry Alberto and